Hey guys, it is Amy, the relocated tourist, coming to you once again from my office. It is February 3rd, 2020. It is Monday, and it is Moving Mondays. What is Moving Mondays? Well, Moving Mondays is basically talking about relocating to Florida and how not only my family did it, but hopefully I can give you some tips on how you can do it as well. So today I thought we would talk about the bubble. What is the bubble? I'm gonna give you a little light on the subject. The bubble is a term that I have used, I think it is used by actually many people, is what you surround your home in your everyday life. So my bubble includes, so here's my home, and then around me is Target, Publix is down the road, the gas station is over there, so you kind of get the idea. So when you are looking for a home here in Florida, the biggest thing that you need to think about is, okay, like you love the area, you love the neighborhood, but if you're off, especially a major busy road, is it going to be a headache just getting to Target or Walmart or the food store or heaven forbid the gas station? So you basically have to build your bubble when you get here. So I suggest that wherever you're working here, we are blessed, Craig works from home. So our bubble is basically contained in where, honestly, we decided where to live. But a lot of people, their bubble starts with work. So wherever you work, if you can find a home within a good 10 miles, 15 miles from where you work, that's probably your best bet. And the reason being is a lot of people commute here. So you're talking I-4, 27, 192, Orange Blossom Trail, I can't think of all of them, but all these major roadways around here are just congested. And I mean, I wish I could tell you rush hour was literally 7 to 9. It's like 7 to 10, maybe even longer. And you've got your rush hour at the end of the day, which can start anywhere from 2:30, 3 o'clock to like 6 or 7, depending on when everybody is filtering onto I-4, 27, 192. You get the gist. So if you can create a bubble, I'm going to use a friend of mine who lives in Celebration, and this person works also at Disney World. So all they do is literally take World Drive over to work and back again. And then in Celebration, they have their bubble of their bank, their restaurants, your dentist, your doctor, your food store, your favorite place to, go out and get yogurt. All that kind of stuff is so crucially important here in Florida. And there are bubbles everywhere that you can create. What you don't want to do though is find the perfect neighborhood, the perfect home, and then like your favorite place to eat. Like let's say even like once a week, you decide that you have to literally, fend for your life on I-4 to get there. And so eventually you're just gonna stop going there because it's so frustrating to get there. And that's usually what happens with a lot of people around here. Create the bubble that you feel safe in, so that if it's not hold your breath to get to the bank, which you're gonna do a lot of, food shopping that you're gonna do every single week, banking, a lot of us do it online now, but still a lot of people have to run to the bank for, this and that. So just think about that when you are creating your bubble that is going to just make your everyday life easier and enjoyable. We still have to take 27 or get over 27 to get to our Target. We have to take 27 to get to our Walmart. We're kind of wedged between Haines City and Claremont, but more or less Champions Gate. Like I said, 27 runs forever down. So I mean, 30 miles down that way is Claremont, and then like 10 miles that way is Haines City, and then we're in the Davenport area, and it's very confusing. Like that's why if you didn't catch the last episode, go look at the map that I posted with it, because it just will help you decide on like, okay, what area around the parks, if that's what you want and that's what you're coming for, or that's a part of what you're coming for, you can kind of decide then like what will work best for you. There are bubbles everywhere. I just want to make that clear. You can live in Claremont and have that bubble over there. If you want Disney though as part of your bubble, you're looking at Windermere Winter Garden, because those are literally minutes from the parks and they're on the back side of Magic Kingdom. You have Hunters Creek is a little closer. It's on the one side of the Wide World of Sports corner. It's over there. So that's pretty easy to drive in and out of. But again, you don't want your bubble to be a center where everybody shops as well. And what I mean is like, there's a lot of beautiful homes and beautiful suburbs around the Loop. And that's one of my favorite shopping areas. But I do think, and I have several friends who live over there, I do think, wow, this must be a pain to shop yourself when there's so many people over here all the time shopping, that for yourself it must be a little bit of a challenge, let's say, for that to be part of your bubble. So make sure that, how many times can I say bubble? I'm going to say it a lot. So that's one of the biggest things I can encourage for you, is to literally find your doctor, your dentist, read into Yelp, join an online group in the area you're thinking about on Facebook, because that will give you plenty of information from people. They'll definitely tell you their opinion on everything from, like I said, healthcare to hairstylists are another hard one to find sometimes. Your favorite, I'm not talking that everybody has their favorite hairstylist, but when you're first new here, that's intimidating, right? Because you just don't know, and they don't know your hair. And so it's a scary situation, honestly. I mean, I have a couple that I go to, but I still don't, they switch out all the time. It seems like the turnover here with a lot of the service industry is quite high. So you can get your favorite waitress, and sometimes they're already gone to the next place or whatever. So just keep that in mind as well. Like favorite restaurant, things you're not only going to do like maybe once in a while. Obviously you don't have to be in your vicinity, but I would at least keep them not, like on the other side of Orlando. I mean, we love the Ale House, and they have one over here at Posner, which is not technically a Miller's Ale House, so I don't call it, we've done it once and we weren't a big fan. We love Miller's Ale House. A lot of people talk this up. It was my dad's favorite place to eat. We have one opened up over in Champions Gate. Again, that's another unincorporated, which I talked about the difference between unincorporated and incorporated as far as cities and where to live. So go check that out in the second episode. We head over to Champions Gate and eat over at the Ale House there. And that place has just exploded with places to eat and different whatever. But again, that's one of those things where we have to choose our time wisely, because it's right off I-4. So if you choose anything that's around like 5 or 6 o'clock, there's a back road to come into there, which everyone knows about. So you're joining everyone else who tried to like get in the back door, quote unquote, to Ale House. But it's close enough to our house. It's about 10 minutes away that it's not crazy to get to, but I wouldn't want my favorite place, let's say, to be past Disney. Like anything past Disney is between like Disney and the downtown Orlando, like right kind of almost between them is SeaWorld and Universal. And so if you find like your favorites in there, I would hope you live somewhere in that area, because I could see like once a month, maybe kind of trekking over there. It's not a big deal. I mean, hey, Sunday morning, it's not so bad. Or, I mean, we used to go to First Baptist Church over off I-4, and that's way down towards Orlando again. And from our end over here, it would take a good 25, 30 minutes. And that was without traffic on I-4, meaning no slowdowns. But after we would get out of church, it was, the reason we don't go there anymore is because it was such a headache that all I thought about while sitting in service was, we're going to have to face that traffic again on the way home. And who wants, you're supposed to be having a talk with the Lord during that, not thinking about the traffic. So I knew that was not the church for me. And just to say that it was not in my bubble, I needed to find something in my bubble. So hence why we are moving in a couple months. We are creating a new bubble where we are going. We are super excited about it. And I will miss my Posner Target. I will miss running around here, but it is just crucial. I couldn't tell you enough. If that was the one thing I had to stress to any of you, besides schools, which will be a whole other episode, schools, jobs, but school, I know so many of us, that's a heavy one on our hearts. Finding your comfort zone is another way to honestly call that bubble. I mean, I have a back road now, I can go get gas. So here's the funny story. So when we got here in 2011, we were living over in sorry, just having hair issues today. We were living over, can't think of it, off Old Lake Wilson. I can't think of the area. This is what happens as you get older. So anyway, we first got here. So imagine this Wisconsin family of four. We just get here. We're just used to Appleton. And if you don't know what Appleton is, or Green Bay, they're just very hometown cities. They're a little big on the bigger side for Wisconsin. They're not as big as Madison, but they're not Milwaukee size either. They're nice size. And we're just used to, like, you just go to McDonald's when you went to McDonald's, or you went and got gas, and there's maybe a car or two. I'm serious. Like, there was never like 30 cars there. And so we first get here and Craig has to go get gas. And we hadn't driven all the way down Old Lake Wilson Road yet, which goes further down and runs to Ronald Reagan. So he went back towards town, which is 192. And again, this newbie had no idea what she's in for on 192. 192 is basically a cesspool of gift shops and everything touristy about that area. And they know it. And so they are hitting up tourists like night and day. And these people would walk around at these gas stations and hit you up for their timeshares. I mean, everything. So Craig is now getting his gas at this gas station. For those of you who know this area, it's over on Sherworth Road as you head over to Animal Kingdom across that. It's right on the corner there. It's across from like, not Ponderosa, but it's from, I think it's another gift shop. I think it's across from the Mermaid gift shop. Anyway, he went and got gas there, and like 2 different people had hit him up for timeshares or something else, and he's just not that guy. He's very quiet, and so he was so uncomfortable about it. And so he comes home just defeated, because he's like, if that's the gas station I have to go to get gas at every 4 to 5 days, we are in a lot of trouble. And I was so scared, you guys, because it was already terrifying getting to a place where you just don't know a lot about. But then realizing that your gas station is with 15 million other people and tourists who, they're just in their own vacation mind. I don't even blame them. But then to kind of get harassed like all the tourists do too, I was like, okay, we did not think this through. So thankfully, he then went down the other way down Old Lake Wilson Road. This is, again, 2011, before all that was built up. And he found McDonald's, a gas station, a Publix, which is our grocery store chain here, which I will be talking about in a whole episode coming up. All this stuff back there, and it was like heaven. It was like the gates opened up, and we were like, oh my gosh, oh, okay, there's a Dunkin' Donuts, there's a CVS, like there was a bank, we just tears. And I know that sounds so ridiculous, but for those of you who are looking to move or have done this, you know what I'm talking about, where you're just like, okay, so we can create a little bit of a normalcy, a cycle back here of coming back here. And it was just so nice. And back then, before all that was built up, you could run actually to McDonald's back there, the norm, and had a couple people on drive-through, and that was it. Now that McDonald's is just ridiculous and busy all the time now, and they built now not only a whole new vacation home extravaganza off Old Lake Wilson Road, but then they also are putting brand new apartments right behind Publix as well. So that's just, again, too much building here. That's the problem. And so this corner that we used to go to all the time for all that stuff, which was our Nirvana back then, I avoid like the plague now, because there's so many accidents there, and there's just so many people in a small contained area. So again, avoid that as being your bubble if you can. I realize you build here or you buy here, you're kind of stuck with what you're stuck. So really think about the bubble before you do that. Because some of these neighborhoods, I'm telling you, they look inviting and gorgeous when you walk in there, and the trees are trimmed and the lawns are trimmed, and the HOAs seem to like have it all together there, and like everything just looks pretty, whatever. Don't visit them during the day. Visit them in the morning when everyone's going to work, and visit them on the weekends when everyone's home and they're blasting their music, or there's big parties by vacationers. That's when you want to get the reality of those places. And then you take a step back and see, okay, where's the bubble here? All right, like, so if I lived over here, can I get to Walmart easily? Can I get to Target easily? We were so excited when Culver's built up one on 27 over here, because that's a Wisconsin-based restaurant. We were so excited. Like, if you've never had their butter burgers, they're amazing, but their chicken tenders are my favorite, and caramel cashew is my favorite ice cream. And so we were so ecstatic to go up there, but there have been accidents like every couple of days now on 27. And it's just, you heard, I mean, I'm sure you guys know about roads in your town where this has happened and you just get a little bit gun shy only driving these, but then I have to pick a time of day. Like, I mean, Craig literally ran and got us, where did he go? I think he got Domino's Friday night for pizza. It took him what should have taken 5 minutes down 27, took him over an hour because of rush hour. So that is exactly what I'm trying to talk about with as far as bubble. I mean, a place could be literally 5-10 minutes away from you and you're just saturated with traffic. So again, find your bubble. It's the most important thing. I apologize for my dogs barking. Again, you know, we have evolved. I mean, I'm in my office now and not in my car, but still I gotta deal with outside noise. So anyway, I hope this helps you guys. Please, again, send me any questions to goofyaim622@yahoo.com. Oh yeah, I was gonna read a blog post today. Let me see if I can find something good. Let me find an old one to close out this, because I don't want to refilm this whole thing. Those dogs. I don't know why I tried filming when anyone's home. Let's see. Yeah, and if you want to read any of these, by the way, go to relocatedtourist.com. All the stuff is there from literally day one. It is honestly, some of it's hilarious. For me, it's hilarious because some of the stuff I'm just like, what were you thinking? Like, I mean, so last week I read a blog post we were talking about moving in 2 years, and that was 2010 post. And I'm telling you, we moved in 2011. I can't even remember half the time why we moved a year later. It was hard because I remember Emily was going, I think, into 8th grade, and then Kira was going to be a senior. And so we were like, so we didn't want Kira to have to graduate out here. She didn't want to, but then she felt like, well, she's going off to college. She wanted a year with the family to enjoy this adventure of Florida. Again, a great idea in hindsight. But she did wind up doing college here, so she still was home. And she did a lot of online stuff. So, you know, I look back and I think I wish she had graduated with her friends. It's kind of one of those regrets I have that I never feel great about. I don't know if I'm going to find this in time, and I don't want to waste your time. I just wanted to find something that was possibly helpful, so Emily did write an interview with an e-schooler. So if any of you are looking into the e-schooling, the virtual school here, there's a blog post on there about that. So that's really good because it's from a child's point of view. I did tell her now at 19 she should go back or write a new one and explain to you guys now how she really feels about how that all went down. Good grief, I write a lot. Some of these titles, I have a title called 123 Days Without Pants. It sounds like something pervy. Let's see. I am just, so many fun things we did. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and waste your time. I will read a new blog post next week. But I highly suggest you guys go back and read some of these, especially all of you that have been with me from the beginning. They're gold and they're hilarious. And I'm the first one to say they're hilarious because some of the stuff I just didn't realize I was so naive about. Like, well, it's just gonna be fine. We'll just go to Disney whenever we feel like it, and it'll all work out. It'll be cool. And some of the stuff I've been through, I'm just like, what's that saying, or people have talked about, like, what would you go back and tell your past self if you could, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'd tell her to move. I think I'd tell her to wait till Kira graduated back there and Emily went through junior high there. I still think Emily had the hardest of all of us. Emily had the hardest time here, and yeah, just as the mommy heart I have, I have regrets about some of that stuff. That it's what's done is done, but there's just It's gonna be probably a whole other episode about how your kids handle the move and new schools and bullying. My daughter was bullied. That was fun. Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time looking for this. Totally forgot about it. I will read a new blog post next week, but hey, go check over whatever I was going to read is literally online. It is again at relocatedtourist.com. Please follow me on the blog. You can click follow so you'll get emails. So you won't need to follow on Facebook if you want. If you like the Facebook follow, please go follow me there on the Relocated Tourist. And yeah, I hope you're all having a beautiful and amazing Monday, and I hope this helps your moving efforts, and I will see you on episode 4. Thank you. Have a good day.